Happy New Year, traders. Welcome to the Friday evening, January 2nd live stream. First live stream of the year here. And like the new year came in, the algos flipped a switch. Not so much Bitcoin, but more so the altcoins had some really big days today, or had a really big day today. Big gains on the majors and some of the miners. Not the, I guess some of the crypto miners, but I mean like the minor market cap cryptos. And I gotta say, man, probably just gonna, I'm eating some crow here. Like they look terrible. Last time I was live, they were regarding resistance as resistance, like the second time. And I guess when that new year, that new quarter, that new bi-yearly candle happens, maybe all bets are off in the short term in that situation. So we'll look at these. You know, believe it or not, there's one out there that actually has the framework, the Scott Carney framework, that's to my liking. And it's like, if something was going to happen favorable for Bitcoin, maybe Bitcoin buyers, they could recapture that 93K level. Maybe some of these altcoins have a chance for a more profound relief rally, because so far, right, it hasn't been much of a rally. It's just been more of a capitulation, selling climax, slight recovery, and then sideways for a good, what, 6 weeks, 2 months? But now we're starting to see something like the weekly, like Ethereum and XRP. Very interesting. Solana, kind of interesting. Weeklies, more interesting than daily from what I've seen so far. But I got to say, you know, eating crow because it didn't look good. And that happens, man. All right. The markets humble us all. But wait, we don't get cocky, because we know if we get cocky, the universe will find a way to humble us. So here it is. Here's Bitcoin. Just not much going on, man. I mean, hitting the same price since December 17th. It's, you know, I like that they got some higher lows coming in. I like that the supply line of the channel was breached. I mean, I'm talking they sleepwalked out of it. And starting to rally. You're going for your highest daily candle close since December 13th or 12th. So that's good. But if you are a market participant and you want to see a more pronounced rally on everything, it looks like we're going to be getting a test of this major inflection zone that stems back to November of 2024. Okay. We got to test that, and we got to see buyers breach it. Right? We don't guess here. We just react. What do we react to? Price action correlation to key levels from history. Simple stuff, man. No fortune telling at all. And frankly, there weren't that many structures out there. Especially, I mean, many of the lesser thans, cryptos, still, there's just nothing about them that even makes any sense. There's nothing interesting about 99% of them. And then you go to Ethereum. It was kind of like, all right, maybe a coin flip, because there's an argument on both sides here, which isn't the best condition for the swing trader, position trader, right? Typically, you want it all to line up. And I don't think it really was all lining up on this move that happened today. All right, for instance, well, we'll weekly real quick on Bitcoin, just to, why not? It's been a minute since we've been here. Just right, there's nothing. And on the weekly, I guess 91,200 might be that level that the price of Bitcoin has been trading below that level since mid-November. But we do understand, right? Anytime an asset hits an 88% retrace from its major discernible previous swing low to its high, that is the level where consolidation begins, pauses, and the impulse occurs. That's exactly what we got. And just not much to it. Not much else has been going on. If history repeated itself, Bitcoin would rally possibly to $100,000. I'm just saying, like, if in 2022, something happened. If it happened in 2026 now, we would see 99, 98, 100K. And I'm not saying I know or think that's going to happen. I'm just saying, like, again, we go back to the exact same fractal that happened from 2021, 2022. All right, from the lowest low to the highest high, you had that major drawdown. And where did the selling climax occur? Where did the pause begin? The 88% retrace. Exactly what happened November 17th week. And so you're just kind of like here now. You might be where March 2022, right here, okay, at this level. And so what I'm saying is, if history repeated itself, you might run to 100K or near 100K, 98K, because from the previous high to low, well, let's just say a 38% retrace. That's as high as you got. Maybe a 40% retrace. Okay, so let's do the same Fibonacciing that way. Now, so let's say if hey man, it's just history repeating itself, and it literally is going to happen. If it did to a T, 38%, 40% would be about 90. There it is, 98, 99, 100K, right? Just right above that 382. All right. But that's just, you can't draw that conclusion like it's going to happen, like it's going to happen. No way. It's crazy. But it's just interesting because exact same fractal we got years ago. So what does that mean? That means if that happened, my God, these altcoins certainly would be going up 20%, maybe more if it happened, right? We don't think there was much of an edge or anything going on. It didn't look great. It was some bad price action, extremely illiquid. CZ and Binance, they did kill this market. Crazy amounts of, liquidations over the past 2 months. It's wiped everyone out. So there's like no one trading anymore. Everyone gave up. They quit crypto. I mean, how many liquidations? Like almost like every few days, $100 million plus, just because of these crazy. I mean, look above me. You see above my head right now. You know what that is? That is crypto bros mental health. That's it. That's the mental health, the state of the mind of a crypto bro. 93, 85, 94, 87, 94, 84, 90, 86. It's like every day. $3,000, $5,000 swings. Terrible. Okay. Very bad market, but whatever. So, all right, that's your Bitcoin weekly. Let's go to Ethereum. Let's just be open-minded here, okay? Because it didn't look great. All right. And it was like, okay, you could go long or short. If you were short, you're stopped out just above 3K. If you were long, your stop loss would have been just below 2,900, 2,889. Okay. So they broke this to the upside. They recaptured the key level here. This was all happening after the pattern, the bullish butterfly hit its harmonic optimum price, the 192, and the buyers just continued defending that level. And then another higher low came in on an extremely illiquid period, which on Christmas Day, like the Christmas weekend, and just now separating in above 3,000. It's like, hey man, it's not about, remember, we don't guess, we react. If they actually get back above 3K, your hardcore target is just gonna be 3,500. It just would be. We just know that's the next major liquidity zone. That's almost where it went in early December. So that's where we're at. Now, one thing I can't even believe, I looked at it today. The weekly, actually very interesting. I mean, I guess the daily, if you're playing a harmonic, you're targeting 35, 38, 580. All right. That just, you'd still be in an intermediate downtrend, even if you ran there. That's what's garbage about this. But the weekly is very cool because, like, wow, my God, man, look what they're doing. I mean, it's a key level that goes back to 2021.
Happy New Year.
What's up, Eric? Eric Morris, man. Thanks for the 20 super chat. Wow, that's the first super chat of 2026. You're now legend. Eric, you're it, man. Who's going to be the first stream elements of 2026? Thank you, man. Okay, no one can take it away. You're now going into MRTA history book. Eric Morris, type in the chat, dude. Yeah, Anthony, Indiana crushed Alabama. It was terrible. It was they It wasn't a public mugging. It was a public execution, and was yeah, changing of the guard, man. Very much so. Guess what? Where are the 4 coaches in the semifinals? Where do they come from? They're all disciples of Nick Saban, Alabama Nick Saban. This is what happens. He ran the game 15 plus years. The best dynasty that ever existed. The one before
Happy
that,
New Year, Mitch.
Bear Bryant,
I
Alabama.
have to step out.
It happens,
Can you take
man.
a look at MBLY
Time.
when you get a chance?
The only
Thank you.
thing that stays the same is that everything changes. And that's where we are. Ole Miss somehow in the semifinals. Crazy, without a coach. Wild, man. Wild times. But I mean, dude, if you're an Indiana bro out there, congratulations. Y'all killed it.
First money-making Mitch of 2026.
It's Jake, man. What's up, dude? Was AG, thank you for the second contribution to 2026. You have to step out. Yeah, we'll look at Mobley. Yeah, isn't that like a Mobileye? I can't remember. Internet security or something? Maybe not. Jake Viva, man. Thanks so much, dude. Third super chat of 2026, man. Anyway, so not trying to get into college football, which we know, man. There you go. So look, right? If you're looking at the weekly here on Ethereum and you care and you wanted to be like, all right, man, I got a good feeling about 2026 for altcoins. If you did and you wanted to play the weekly, all you can say, like we were talking about on the last stream, you could have a stop just below 28.89 for a short just above 3K. And play it that way. But now with a bullish engulfing candle in the midst of being painted, we have 2 days, 1 hour, because it might change, man. They could rug us. They've done it before. They've done it too many times. If you're out there and you're like, if you were like, I'm ready to be hurt again. If that's you, guess you could long Ethereum, but just make sure there's a stop loss below 28.89. That's it. Simple. If you never get stopped out, chances are on the weekly, just being real here, on the weekly, I still got to say probably 3,500. Target 1. Target 2, 39.30. That's the only way to play crypto in 2026 right now on Ethereum. Okay. I mean, that's, again, we're not even acting like we know. That's just like we construct trading plans with price action correlating to key levels. That's exactly what's kind of happening on Ethereum right now. I'm not acting like I know. Okay. You said this, you said, dude, right? All I said was depends on what the price does, stop losses, entries, take profits if it succeeds. Okay. I think most of you understand that. Why would you long now? No. I'm saying, right? If someone, I'm not saying to do that. I'm saying like if someone out, did you not just see me go full zoom on my face in 4K and say, if you're willing to get hurt again, the meme, that's how you could do it. Do you understand? Maybe not. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I say all these words, I articulate it to the best of my ability, and I still cannot get through to some people. Okay. So that's Ethereum. Pretty cool, interesting weekly. Maybe the daily is interesting because you have the harmonic that is not invalidated, right? They just took it to the max threshold of validity, and now it's still just sideways, and you're still in an intermediate downtrend, okay? Because you haven't made a higher high in God knows how long. It's been an entire quarter since Ethereum has made an actual higher high. So yes, some higher lows are coming in. Harmonics are completing at key levels. Fine. Just protect yourself. You don't want to own Ethereum below 2,900. Okay. Anyway, so XRP up 7+%, mother of God. All right. This is the one that was just terrible price action. I mean, they were rejecting the key level as resistance and then just nothing sitting there. Sellers couldn't do anything and just violence, short squeeze, pump. That's it. It's literally it, man. This thing got within 1.5% of a short stop loss and never happened. And then it never was, never will be, failed. Okay. And now above the key 196, 190. Okay. not as interested in this one as I might be in Ethereum. I think Ethereum's a little bit better. I think Solana might be a little bit better due to that harmonic completing and due to the fact that there wasn't a lower low in December like we saw in November, right? That's the difference. I like where there might be just some sort of like evidence of accumulation on Ethereum in the short-term structure than XRP, where you just made, in December, your lowest low technically since April. So, but yeah, I mean, right, they could take this, they could squeeze this thing to 220, and guess what? It's still not making a higher high than the previous discernible swing high on the daily. That's what's insane about it. That's how bad of shape it's gotten into. But yeah, that's a big deal getting above 190, 196. Okay, so again, just telling you, giving you an update on the price and its correlation to the key level from history. All right. Weekly, not as crazy. Bullish engulfing candle could be in the midst. I mean, looks like it's going to happen near the bottom of a range, I guess, right? Even you'd say right here, the way we have it on the daily, like they're recapturing that 190 swing low, candle close, reversal, test, reversal. I mean, this is a very 190, man. It's so real, right? They're recapturing it on the weekly for now. So cool to see. Could be the beginning or not, but this is how it does start. If you want fake outs, you want to see the promised land, this would literally be step one. We will continue to monitor the situation. Solana, okay, where it was so freaking bad, man. That candle on the 29th was terrible, but the sellers just from there was no follow through after the rejection. I gotta tell you, man, that's what I'm saying. I'm eating crow on this because that was terrible. That was real bad. But it's just like, I guess, an illiquid period. CZ is wiped out. I made a comparison to Brad. CZ and the market makers have destroyed this market so much. It is literally the equivalent to the Night King in Game of Thrones in the late stage, okay, where he's about to tear down the wall with the dragon, okay, because the entire North has succumbed to the Night King, and it's just a bunch of zombies now, okay. That's his full control over this entire crypto market. That's how many people he's killed, how many people he's turned into zombies, how many accounts he's liquidated. That is how much power I think these guys have now on crypto collectively. Each crypto is a zombie at this point, I guess, right? So yeah, there weren't many. I guess there just weren't enough coins to offload anymore, and now buyers, maybe CZ and his goons, are recapturing a key level. That's where we're at. False bearish breakdown. You're the horse. Yeah, that's right, dude. We're gonna ride the horse to victory this year. The snake was last year. Now horse. Oh my God, he's a horse? Yeah, what was that? Hold on. Wait. Yeah, Quality Crypto, strong independent woman, dude. I believe there was a former good show that just aired its finale. All you gotta do is be on X. All you have to do is know that a strong independent woman was gonna, of course, be the protagonist to defeat all that is bad. Of course. If you got kids, man, you got male children, all you can do is subject them to old movies.
Gomi tipped $25. Happy New Year, Mitch. Can we look at Snap? Sellers just can't take it lower than 7.30. How about that 3 white soldiers on weekly?
Good going, man. Thanks so much, dude. Was that the first contribution via Stream Elements of 2026? Thank you so much for that, dude. Yeah, Trump did obviously have a Trump and Melania coin. Yeah, and Hawk Tuah Girl. They all played their role in destroying the market. But it was at first Trump. Hawk Tuah Girl first on the first top, Trump on the second top, and then CZ was the complete and utter dagger, right? That was the last straw. Okay, so they all worked in tandem. Trump pardoned CZ for it. So the weekly, just Okay, not talking about, dude, it's so cool. Oh my God, time to long, max long. But it is just like, here we are. All right. Here we are, this key inflection zone. Now, I don't think all of it's been recaptured. I think above 135.81, it'd be a lot better because that candle close back from 2022. And then the candle low close from 2021. Dude, 135.81's literally everything on the weekly and daily for Solana. So that might be the best place if buyers could actually see how many failures. So if a relief rally occurred and they took this freaking thing to 160, you're still screwed on the monthly. And I'll show you. Just remember, like, just because the pattern like completes, if they don't break the neckline to confirm the pattern, it's not real yet. And that's exactly what's going on. They're not, it's not broken, even though look how close you were to death. It was like the lowest monthly candle close on Solana, literally. It was so close, man. I mean, it rivaled the March low. It was virtually like the lowest close since January 2024. But like they didn't, like they broke it, but not really. And just think, 160, bro. Oh my God, short squeeze. And then a lower high comes in, and then later, like, oh, dude, it's like late 2026. We get a rug pull down to 80 or 58 or something. So just know, like, this is where we are. We're at support, and they're not letting it break yet. And you could just get a short squeeze relief rally that is crazier than you think, and is still kind of in bad shape, because like in order to invalidate a potential head and shoulders pattern, you got to take out the shoulders. That means like Solana on the monthly would eventually have to take out 208, 209, and that's like what right now? Looking at you know, Cthulhu at Nemo Point. Yeah, right, for now. So that's where we're at, man. They're not letting it break yet. They're actually recapturing some key levels, and maybe we're looking at some higher prices. 135.81. If they break that, then you just got to say 147. That high from November, early December. That's all we can go for right now. I think like Ethereum might be on the weekly your easiest. If, again, we're talking about if they're recapturing, if they're engulfing. Stop below 2,900. Let it ride 35.80. You know. All right. Those are your bigger cryptos. Okay. How was the metals? How'd they do today? How'd gold do? Kind of me. They maybe flipped the switch here, dude. All right. New quarter, new bi-yearly candle, new yearly candle, new everything. They have now officially like 43.81, the old all-time high from October. They have, after that huge bearish engulfing candle on extremely high volume, second highest volume candle we ever saw in history. After that, the digestion from the market participants they're just for now, right? They're showing us that they are testing that old high, and they are saying, yes, what was once resistance in October is now again resistance.
Dealer's choice, please.
What's up, 28 money, man? Thanks so much for the 28, dude. Dang, man, that's the largest contribution. Largest Stream Elements contribution of 2026. You hold it, man. Thank you so much, dude. All right, so yeah, all right, kind of like the opposite of crypto a little bit, right? Where the trend had been so good on metals, but now we're starting to get some bearish correlation to a key level. And then in crypto, it was like, oh, terrible trend. But now we're starting to get a little bit of positive correlation of price to levels. And we're talking January 1st, 2nd, boom, there it is, right? Like the new year, complete opposite price action. So I wonder if there will be consequences of this second failed attempt in 3 days to recapture 43.81. It's very telling. I'm very interested to see what's going to happen here if they're just reallocating the bots, right? The funds. See what I'm saying? Look at that. I mean, it's not confirmed. I mean, like, it's confirmed technically, right? But will there be follow through after the confirmation? What do you mean confirmation? Right? Anytime, right? Market participants lose a level, like they did, like they broke it, they lost it. They attempt to recapture the level. once, failed. And they tried again last night. It looked like it was gonna, and they failed again and closed out the week like that. So you've got to wonder, are there going to be consequences with follow-through price action next week? That is the thing to be watching on gold, because gold's going to drive all the metals. If it does draw down to, you know, back maybe the demand line of this channel, you could almost expect silver's going lower, copper, all of them is going to be pulling back some. It doesn't mean it's all over. I'm just telling you, right? What's happened locally and lately, this still above the 200 moving average on the 4 hour. It's all good, but nothing, maybe nothing to care about yet. I'm just showing you. All right. I think you would appreciate that. I'm not trying to scare anyone or anything. I'm not trying to say it's over for metals. Just lately, locally, new price, new year, new day, or new quarter, new bi-yearly candle. You sometimes see extremely different pieces of price action that you had received. Sometimes you get dramatic continuations with price action on those new candles like that. So that's kind of a big deal. Let's see what happens. All right, silver. Daily was kind of interesting. I mean, it ran up to 74.60 and then just pulled back last night. But the 4 hours, I mean, certainly not like, if you care about value, you care about swing trading, it's definitely not the place. Like, remember, there was a place for a swing trade, a literal swing trade on silver, and it was insane. It was godlike. It was like, I guess in the end, possibly trade of year. I mean, it rivaled the Google trade. Definitely was better than the Tesla trade. But the Dragon, man, at the key level from 2011, recapture, reconfirmed right there. And it far exceeded targets. But now you're up here and it's like extremely evident buying climax. Big sell-off, dead cat bounce possibly, because there's like a 50% retrace. And then a big sell-off again. And they're just holding this $70 psychological level. Another rally last night, pounded into today. But look at the demand line that goes all the way back to the Dragon's genesis. It has been so well respected for 5 weeks, going on 5 weeks. And here they are testing it once, now twice. So it's like, okay, bro, we got classic distribution maybe, but on the bottom side, they're locally 1 and 2 here. What a close. That's incredible. I mean, that could be like, we don't really know, man. Like, it could be like this coming up next week, or they sell into it and then we're just going to drop on down to 65 next. I mean, there's no telling. You're up in outer space. You are in the Oort cloud of price discovery on silver right now, technically. Now, I know fundamentally, yeah, there's a huge structural deficit. You got physical silver in Japan selling for $130 an ounce. I'm not kidding. That is on the ground. That is confirmed and verifiable information. You can look it up all over the internet. It's happening in Dubai. It's over $100 per ounce of silver. Now in the West, though, in the US, it is, I mean, if you want to buy a Silver Eagle, it's like $85 an ounce. I mean, I get it. There's always going to be a premium on physical to spot, for sure. But we're talking, what is that? $12, $13? $11 to $13 spread between them? I think that's absurd. That's like crazy. So, yeah, look it up. Like, again, don't take my word for that. Look it up on the internet. People are going to silver shops, buying, like looking to buy silver, and in Japan, 130. So it could go either way here on the technicals, man. This is another world we're in. Any pullbacks, pound it with some bids. DCA, I mean, yeah, dude, it does. Oh, is it a descending triangle? It surely could be, but you just don't know on something like this. This is a 45-year breakout. 45 years, bro. So any pullback, $65, $60, I shall buy more. Physical, right? You don't have to go, no leverage, dude. Don't even worry about leverage anymore. This is a physical, let's try to accumulate some of these metals at any price. Lower, though, if we could get it. All right, but to strategize this, if you were going to strategize this, the only thing you could do...
Take a look at Pengu. Do you think it might just run to 0.014? Seems to me it caught bids at a key support level in pumping and has bullish divergence on daily / 2-day / 3-day and weekly hidden bullish divergence. Sticks up too.
Andrew does, man. Thanks for the 20, dude. Pingu coin. Uh-oh, chat. We'll look at the Pingus. Much love, bro. We'll look. But you're saying, like, if you were like wanting to roll the dice, I mean, you don't want to own this probably below 70. You probably don't. But if you're above 70, you're probably okay for higher prices. All right, that's the only way to play silver. Protect the stop below 70 and let it fall to 65 and lower. And maybe we find some new structure, you know, some consolidation structure developed down there. Now on the daily, certainly nothing here. Like there is just no structure. Remember we had an ascending triangle with the dragon. Oh my God, bullish on bullish. Now your impulse phase, and you had a 4-2-3-6 fib extension of the ascending triangle. It's like there's just nothing to do here. This chop could continue, or we could get a deep $65-$60 silver, and it would be a wonderful pullback. And it would be the highest low in the history of silver, no matter what on the daily, unless it fell below 50 bucks. Then it's kind of weird. Okay, but until that happens, pullbacks would be welcome here. I just don't know, based on fundamentals globally, what's going on with China restricting the exportation of silver. I'm sure, like the West, he's got a meeting with China, and I think it might be about silver and all that. And then all the, you know, again, we know we talked about it, like data centers and electric vehicles with that new battery that's going to require possibly an entire kilo of silver per engine. And then you've got like TopCon solar energy, and silver is the absolute best conductor, I believe, of electricity that exists for these machines, these mechanisms. And if a solar panel, when it becomes more efficient, it requires more silver. So that's what's happened. And yeah, of course, there's this big thing on, like, the banks have been, you know, the big boys had been suppressing the price of silver with paper contracts, IOUs, and some banks may be blowing up. But as you can see, like they can keep this thing there. And then you have the repo market. I think 2 nights ago, like $74 billion was injected into the reverse repo market, and that was like the largest infusion of capital of printed money since like the COVID crash. Like, some stuff behind the scenes is getting real weird. They are having to do a lot of money printing, and I wonder if it has something to do with this. Like, oh, we had to print money to create more contracts to push the price of silver lower. But then you've got a complete decoupling, bifurcation of this market with the East in the physical. So I don't know, like, you know, physical, you would think the paper would eventually catch up to the physical, not the other way around. Like, oh, physical's like trading for crazy premiums. Not, people can't get enough of it, and it's an industrial need, not a speculation or retail move, right? It's not that kind of bubble. It's, oh my God, like, if we don't buy this silver that we need, we will go bankrupt. Yeah, it's crazy thing going on that hasn't happened in my lifetime, or yeah, like really metal theory crafting. All right, fun talk.
Happy
and then you've got the
New
same
Year,
type of stuff on
Miami
platinum
Mitch.
too,
Thank
kind
you for
of.
all the knowledge and insights. Left pointing finger emoji, sparkles emoji, sparkles emoji,
Dang,
cool
dude.
face emoji, sparkles emoji, victory hand emoji.
Ken Rosenbagabat, thank you for the 20, and happy New Year to you and your family and your loved ones and your peoples. Thank you, dude. Look at these other metals real quick. Just knock out platinum up almost 5%, man. after they went down and they, you know, it was a major pullback. I mean, we're talking double-digit sell-off on, the last day of the year. But they back-tested the channel's supply line as a demand line, and you just kind of gapped up a little bit. You technically in bullish inside bar. You technically did that. The candle and the shadows contained within the body of the previous candle. I don't know. You got to catch follow through the next day. So maybe if you get a higher close on Monday, it would be confirmed. But this is not this rally, this move higher, this uptrend we're in now finally after so many years of suppression. It is warranted via industrials. It's a fundamental shortage. Palladium up 2% after bullish hammer. Bullish hammer literally confirmed. Why? And talk about the channel. And 1583 was regarded as support. This old resistance here, you see it? It flipped to support. First time it has happened since December 2021. So you see what's happened? Old resistance is flipping to support. They've done it before. Look, resistance in 2019. You see that? Ascending triangle stuff. Huge move up. And then they sold it off and it crashed, but they held that, and the huge run, an all-time high run, occurred after that successful bullish backtest. I mean, Palladium might be like, it doesn't have like a good structure per se on this pullback, but for any dollar cost average, bro, if not witnessing a successful bullish backtest of a key level where you've had historical runs after, then win, right? Like that might be, I wonder if 50, let's just say if 1500 and 1583 hold in the coming week or two, you're going to all-time highs, or you're going to go, not all-time highs, maybe 2000, the highs of the uptrend you're in. So pay attention to 1500, 1583. It's doing the same thing it did 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, going on now. So interesting hammer with an engulfing today. Worth paying attention to. All right. Copper just hitting up against that big channels top, and just kind of marinating, oscillating right at it. So you think of the monthly, $6.31 to $10, but dude, you're looking at the daily here. So the monthly is just everything on this chart. You had the highest monthly candle close in history 2 days ago or yesterday, whatever, you know. And I think just like $6.31 and then $9, $10 would be after that. You got some fundamental stuff going on with copper too. Extremely high demand. Look into it. All right. The year metals, dude. Aluminum looks good too. Wow, look at aluminum, man. Aluminum made. It's over $3,000 for the first effing time since May of 2022. Do you hear me? Aluminum over 3K now, chat. Jesus chimes. That happened today. Up against the supply line of this beautiful channel, right? So pretty. Multi-year highs. I've been jet, man. Rare earth. Strategic metals. This is a trade setup. If you're in the Patreon Citadel, you get access to these trade setups, education, premium Discord chat. But above all, you're supporting a 100% crowdsourced streamer that, you know, think about it, 8 years of doing this now, just about. Give me like I think 1 month, it'll be my 8-year anniversary of content creation. Never monetized, never accepted affiliate marketing, sponsorships, no sponsorships. No one's ever given me money, and with them giving me the money, it's a contingent upon me promoting something to you. I've never done that. Everyone else does that. Everyone does that. So this is a trade setup in the Patreon Citadel. It is the second of the month, second best day to join the Patreon Citadel, and really, really grateful for the, we had a multitude of annual pledges at the beginning of the month. Patreon.com/MitchRayTA. Here it is. Forgot to pin it. Yeah, man, I sacrificed probably a lot of money not selling out just to prove to you. That's it. Just to prove to you that no one owns me. It's just y'all in my trades. That's it. So we had, my God, man. Al Mullen, third. Reese, 1725. Thank you, 3, for all joining. Pledging for the year, man. That's huge. What's up, Bob, man? Oh my God. You kidding me? That's the top contribution of the year, 2026, man.
Happy New Year, Mitch. Can we look at Canadian dollar to US dollar on the monthly chart? Is that a large bet from December 2001 to November 2015 followed by Wyckoff accumulation from that same November 2015 low to now testing the spring?
Mr. Bald, we will look at Canadian dollar to the US dollar on the monthly. All right. I don't know about, I'm not sure if the composite operator is ever accumulating a currency. Maybe he is. All I can say is we're going to look at it. Thank you so much. Top contribution so far, single contribution of 2026. And as I'm speaking to y'all, thank you so much to Mike Cat 28.
I have some evidence Van Bear Pig could be in this area.
Thank you so much for joining the Patreon right now. Seconds ago. But more Jesus chimed. I'm sorry. So thank you so much for that, guys. But like rare earth and strategic metals, remember China, they cut off the world from their rare earth and strategic metals. They're doing the same thing now. It's in effect as of yesterday to silver. So since the bottom, I mean, like, look what's happened. And it's in such a good uptrend. And you're just watching consolidation since October, and you're just witnessing 70-40 be confirmed as support. Remember, you flip it over. This is what kind of crypto looked like. It was like, oh God, dude, they're confirming levels as resistance in a downtrend. That's awful. So it was just like easy to manage risk. 70-40. What is 70-40? I'll show you. It's unbelievable. Key level that was back tested in March 2021 before it ran to all-time highs. Then it was a resistance in 2018 before it collapsed. Then it was, there it is, man. That is the reason why that trade setup was posted, because it was such a real level from history that you could strategize an entry and a stop loss.
Anonymous tipped $25. Keep doing what you do. Some of us still appreciate you. See to flew curious thoughts on retrace Taiga Chibas Pipo PLS.
Chuck Anonymous, thanks so much for 25, dude. Really appreciate it, dude. Yeah, well, we're at, on Patreon, we're at like highs of membership since September, but it's close to like highs since April. It's almost, you know, we're like, it's doing well, man. Thank you so much for that, Chuck Anonymous. We appreciate it. And all the people, if you're watching and you are a member of the Patreon Citadel, I'm very grateful. It's like the names, it doesn't like on my side, it doesn't like show you who's renewing and stuff, because most of it's automated, and so you just don't get it. But just know I am very grateful for y'all, and yeah, you got my word. I'm gonna continue doing everything I can to provide value to you every day, to the best of my ability. So much love, y'all are amazing. Let's make 2026 the year of the king. So REMX, great to see a big pump today. I mean, that was the highest daily candle close on REMX since October 15th. So we have multi-month highs. And this is great to see, because the target's like nearly $100 on this one. I mean, we're thinking like cycle top stuff. Like, where does it go? All right, assets are cyclical. A lot of commodities are cyclical. Okay, they go from like natural gas, amazing, right? Like a lot of these agriculture ones too. They hit these lows and then they. Oh my God, dude!
Just close the fucking door. Close the door.
Good God, man! What's going on? Things so much to do with the blogs, dude. I don't even know. Yep. Yeah, these assets, these commodities, they're cyclical. So they'll hit these key levels from history. Buyers will come in, spring back tests, and then huge runs occur. And then they eventually top out at peaks, and then they sell off again, and they go in these multi-year downtrends. And then something happens magically, like M shapes complete, type 2 returns, lower low double bottoms, bullish divergence occurs on the oscillators on its significant time scales. And then you get a reversal, and then they run all the way back up to cycle top levels, and it's just a repeating process. So you just got REMX in the middle of that. You know, if you were here, like this, we were all over this one. It was there, man. All right. So yes, getting some, those are the metals, commodities, whatever. We can look at like, okay, the S&P 500 futures real quick. You know, we last time I was here, hey, we had the partial decline. It broke out. It did it. It hit the 1618 for the first time ever, the 2025 golden mean ratio. But then an evening star was painted on the 26th, and then follow through candle. Crap. And then on the 30th, you fell back into the parameters of the rectangle, and then today you did see your lowest level since December 19th. But that unfilled gap, it did fill. They did officially fill it today / on the 31st. So you're just now hanging out near the top of a rectangle. So it's really hard to be like, oh, great level to long. It's just not a strategic long. Okay, we're just looking at it because it's an index fund. If you really want to be bullish on this, I think it would be prudent to wait for buyers to recapture 6,900, maybe hit an all-time high, 6,950. That happens, all right. Maybe we're back in this, but for now, I'd just be a little cautious until we see buyers recapture that. Okay, and NASDAQ's worse. NASDAQ, not good, man. This is not the kind of stuff you want to see if you want to take a fresh long on anything. Index fund, commodity, equity, currency, crypto, right? You don't want to see a huge godlike run occur. And then that godlike run occur kind of concludes at the golden mean ratio of the previous major high to low, right? That's how we anchored to get that 1618, dude. Hit it perfectly. And then a big sell-off. Remember the big sell-off, that buying climax. And then a rally again. And you can see that there are just not enough buyers to rival the previous high. And that is not a good sign, right? That's not what you want to see. Maybe no harm, no foul, though, depending on what happens next. Will they sold it off? No big deal. And a rally occurred. Oh my God. And then what did they do? Locally, they confirmed less than before. Locally, they, for the second time, were unable to achieve that 1618. Though it was very close, they just couldn't do it either time. So that's the bad news, man. That's not great. That's not really what you want to see. There could be a more substantial drawdown after events like this occur on charts. It's just reality. It may not happen because number go up, boomers, you know, if their retirements get scorched, they can't afford to work again. They're getting old, man. They got to prop this thing up. That would be the fundamentals behind way higher sooner. But technically, this is a bad spot. This is not what you want to see as a technical analysis pro. Okay, this could mean, oh, okay, we might be looking for a $24,000 test after this. I hope not, right? This is becoming valid if they maybe recaptured 25.9 or something, 26K. But yeah, not what we're really looking for up at the golden mean ratio. It'd be nice to see a 5, 10, 15, 20% correction, to be honest. All right. We've been live now about an hour. If you enjoyed the live stream, please hit the like button above the sub. It's the first live stream, Fish TA live stream of 2026. So I really would appreciate those likes, those loves, those subs. Okay, man. All right. Well, we can look at some of these. So we did have like a monthly close. So I guess we can look at the monthly. What's the monthly? Well, not good, man. Not great. Okay. This is not good, chat. If you're a Japanese candlestick bro, this is not good. If you don't care, it might not mean anything to you. But if you care about Steve Neeson, if you care about hanging man reversals, you got that in November. And then in December, 2 days ago, this candle confirmed the hanging man reversal, the inverse of a inverted hammer on the bullish side. Not really great to see a hanging man reversal develop at a golden mean ratio from the previous high to low, and then the next candle confirms it with a lower close than the candle itself. That is the confirmation candle. That is not what you want to see, no matter where we're going. This This month,
What's
not
up,
good.
Mitch? Happy New Year. Can we check out ELF?
Elf, bro. Yeah, we'll look at Elf. The S coin, or I know there's a stock too, Elf. So let me know. What's up, Jewelry Affairs? Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year, dude. Bro, I got, I know this guy, like in real life, and he's a jeweler. And had a very successful silver trade. And for the memes, I got him to make me a silver chain. So I'm like, dude, I got all this metal, just, you know, all these physical coins and bars, and can't do anything when they're just going to sit there till I die and go to my kin. But like, hey man, let me get some silver and wear it. Again, for memes. So I'm excited. I saw Jewelry Affairs. I'm like, hey dude, I'm getting a chain, bro.
B. Bloom Energy. Thanks, good sir. Cheerio.
Cheerios. Why not Golden Grams? Yeah, thank y'all. Yeah, we'll look at Bloom Energy. We'll look at Elf. And other things too. Okay, Crypto Hoarders here. Hey man, I hope he's been hoarding metals too. Diversify. He's hoarding. Diversification hoarder. That would be a great, of all asset classes. Beautiful. So that right there, man, I'm not a fortune teller. I'm just telling you what we know about Japanese candlesticks, and on the monthly, not great. And I think you get the same thing. Just go to the SPY real quick. It was a definite hanging man. Oh man, like the monthly here. Wow, dude. That is like the most insane hanging man I've ever seen, because it's a monthly candle. And yeah, it has gapped up. You know, it did close lower. It wasn't a red candle, but it did close lower than November's close, the hanging man's close. So you just gapped up, and it looks like, oh, they could invalidate. They could invalidate it. It could continue higher, no problem, no harm, no foul. But I'm just saying, like, that it's just so hard to ignore a Japanese candlestick pattern that is so freaking beautiful. So gorgeous. So I don't know, man. Just pay attention. Let's just pay attention. Nasdaq's kind of grosser, and because of the distribution, the lower highs and the local form of confirmation, and even the confirmation high was lower than the first high. Yeah, it's just hard to want to be like, it's like, hey man, I know you made some money, like not in crypto, but I know you made some money on stocks, maybe even metals here, but that you did. It happened. And so now it's like we're so freaking far extended that there is certainly no argument for value. Even if it kept running higher, great. Runaway freight train, Trump's printing money. All right. Yeah, it's all bull crap, but this is not a strategic level for really anything. I mean, for fresh longs. So whatever. But we'll see. Hey, could be wrong, man. Could just be like, all right, dude, again, forget it, a higher low, and then they break it out later, and we're going to 750 next, you know, soon. But also, like, someone could come in here, and I don't think they're quite, I don't think it's valid yet, but someone could be like, dude, Wyckoff distribution is beginning to develop on the spider. Too early to say. I wouldn't call it that, but I just, like, I would be more comfortable long on the spider above at all-time highs, 695, breaking the resistance again and putting in a higher low again. That would make me more comfortable. Okay. So all right, let me run through these mag sevens. Tesla, oof. That's yeah, we knew though, right? Like that, hey man, nothing to do till 414. Nothing. Strategically. Swing trader, position trader, nothing. And this is why. Because when you fail to break out, when you fall back below 469.91, there's no support at all. You're just waiting on 414 to $400. And maybe we were discussing like the theory of like, we were theory crafting like what we would want at this level if we could get it some sort of deep 886 from the previous low to high, then the buyers recapture, and then they reconfirm it a couple times. That right there, that is what you would want for a fresh long strategic stop loss with maximum upside. That's what we'd be waiting for on Tesla. If you don't get it, okay, whatever. But that's what we covet. You know, lowest daily candle close on Tesla since December 8th. So 3 week plus lows. Microsoft. Very bad, boys. Very bad. I mean, someone could be like type 2, but I'll tell you, man, that's a nothing burger kind of Gartley. All right. And we've already discussed the weekly, and we know the weekly, man. Very bad. Right? The double top at the golden mean ratio. You can't even make that up, how perfect it was. And each top of the tower of better doer was an earnings report, each one. And so now look what's happening. They already confirmed the double top on November 17th. And here we are, new year, boom, down 2.2%, like getting just completely murked, routed. The bears are routing today. And soon it looks like you'll be testing 467.56. And if they fail to hold that up like they did in November, I mean, I guess we could say 455 would be target one, 441 after that, and then 430. Each previous swing high might act as support. But if you think about just like deep retraces, you could understand like the deep retraces are in the low 400s, high 300s. So this is a market driver, man. This is one of your top market cap assets in the world, trading very bad today. And if you scale in and you see the daily, very bearish price action correlation locally. All right, just think about it. Look what they did. They rallied. They hit that support. They rallied it. They tested that double top confirmation line as resistance, not once, but twice. You see it. It's not an opinion right here. This is real life. They once and then twice. You say, yes, Mitch, I see that too. And then they sold it off from there. Then the little Gartley, but sorry. The next event that occurred lasted from the 18th to the 31st. We're all right here. This is telling you something, okay? It wasn't telling us too much until today with this massive drawdown. But that right there is showing us subtly that there are even less market participants involved with this asset than before. There is such a lack of demand on Microsoft as of today, since mid-December, that the buyers, market participants could not push the price up to 492.23 as they just did in late November, early December. That is a big piece of data. All of this right here. It's very telling. So this could be indicating we're looking to make a fresh low in this newer trend we're in, intermediate downtrend for now. Falling below the 200-day simple moving average. The first daily candle close below the 200-day simple moving average since April 30th. That's big time, man. That's a big event going on, a market driver. So let's start thinking. Let's see. That happened, and it's a market driver, top 3, top 4 market cap equity, and you've got the NASDAQ not looking good with those lower highs confirmed, and this thing marks down more. It's going to help the argument for maybe lower on the NASDAQ, okay? So let's keep that all in mind, all right? Amazon, yeah, didn't trust, thinking that was a type 2. All they've done now, wow, that's some crappy stuff here. Okay, look, the old high from December of last year, 2024, not 2025, 2024. So over a year ago now. They rallied this. Man, I'm starting to get a little weird because now you've got this argument that maybe 1 and 2 here. They're confirming way less than before. And even if you take out all, this was all earnings, all earnings. Okay. If you take out the craziness of earnings, my concern is it's a lower high than the high you got that completed this W shape. That's the problem. The type 2 return right here from September, these highs are technically lower than that one. So, and the problem with identifying a harmonic up here is there is no real value. It's a premium trade. You know what value would be for real? Value would still be like 173 to 177. Like from this low to the high up here, you deep retrace it in a long-term uptrend. Like, see what happened? Like, okay, for instance, you had this crazy run, and then from this low to high, look what they took it, 85, 87% retrace before a rally occurred. So that's technical value. All right, when you use Fibonacci to identify what's premium, what's value, and you're just at no level of premium of value. You're still at crazy levels of premium on Amazon. Even if it comes down to 215, even if you were going to take a shot at 215, you better have a stop just around 213. Because if you don't, you could get wrecked because this thing's probably going to skate to 180, 170s if they lose that 215 fast. So kind of bad today. Meta down 1.5%. Look at the utter rejections. This one's the worst one of the Mag 7s. Okay, sorry. Yeah, the worst of the Mag 7s. This one's been in a well-established downtrend far longer than all the others. Not even close. The breakaway gap, extremely high volume on a bad earnings report, huge price disparity, gave it the characteristic of the breakaway gap, meaning that gap will not be filling anytime soon. You just have had a relief rally after finally hitting around 600, and all that denying the 200-day moving average. So if anything, even if you wanted to be strategic, you would want to wait for this, and this, if you could help it, and do nothing until then. Because you could have an M shape, you could have some positive price action correlation to the key level from October of 2024. You don't have any of that right now, so there's really no action to take on Meta, right? If you're wanting to go long, it's not in a good spot. It hasn't been. The worst, again. Apple, it had looks like a liquidity grab, pump and dump, whatever you want to call it today. It's already broken the nice demand line of this channel. You probably just, to be prudent, want to wait for 260 if you can get it. Now, I know it's just sideways, man, for a few weeks now after hitting an all-time high, but just the way like the index fund looks, the way Microsoft looks, Meta, Tesla, I'm not sure you could, how do you strategize it? I don't know, man. Like, I think you can be long on it, of course, like an investment, sure, but like swing trader, there's not really anything here for a swing trader. But all right, 260 maybe would be really nice because they've never regarded it as support. So we would want 260 for back test, and a structure develops there or something. Google in no man's land. I mean, crazy enough, right? Google had its highest daily candle close since December 10th. That broke out somehow, 2618 from the old highs. It's insane, man. I mean, you're just up in, again, Oort clouds of the solar system. You're way out there. And if it continues higher, congrats. That's awesome. But against no strategy, like what can you even do up here? You'd be paying all-time high premium to own this asset for a fresh long or something. Okay. And then Nvidia of 1.2%, 1.26%. A lot going on here, kind of, where you had the busted bearish pattern that morphed into a potential bullish pattern. You need a daily bullish divergence. The daily bullish divergence did have reliability, and now you're well above 183.40. I think you're good above 183.40, but remember, this potential head and shoulders pattern is not invalidated as an idea until buyers take the price above 196. So just kind of oscillating. This was the only reason it was up today. It was, I mean, they're raising their prices. They're like doubling their price of their 5090 GPUs, going from like 2,000, which I don't even think it was 2,000. When I saw them, they were like $3,200, but they're raising the price like $5,000 for a GPU. And AMD too. So AMD was up. Well, the semis kind of rallied because of that. That's it though. It's not really great. So, all right, there's your Mag 7s. Let's let me get to these requests, okay? All right. Kept y'all waiting too long, man. Again, if you're enjoying the live stream, please hit the like button, the bell, the sub. Happy 2026 to you. I hope you had a great year, 2025. I hope the 2026 year is even better. This is the first live stream of the new year. And if you're here, very grateful for you, man. Or woman. Or alien. Okay, let's see. Mobileye. Huge pump today. But kind of in garbage crypto fashion, where it's like not much rhyme or reason, just kind of pumped. You remember, like, any day you flip a coin, an asset can pump 7, 8, 10%. It can just happen randomly. kind of how it went today. Maybe a little exhaustion, it looks like, on the daily, but you just hit an all-time low just a couple weeks ago. But yeah, they recaptured the old all-time low from September 2024. They did that. So maybe, you know, what are we looking at? I mean, just terrible trends, right? Terrible downtrends. No evidence that the composite operator is accumulating position yet. None of that. Just kind of watching, you know, sellers failed. Once they broke support in mid-December, they didn't do much. Kind of like XRP. They broke support, but there just wasn't any sort of fall through. And then eventually the buyers recaptured, like they did today on that one. And I guess if it's real, right? See, this would be an exhaustion rally. I mean, beautiful RSI. I'm just being like objective here. Like that's a beautiful, that's a signature RSI bullish divergence on the daily, a slightly lower low. And they hit oversold again on the second, on the second low of the RSI. That's the divergence you dream of. And you have some really nice divergence in the MACD histogram as well. So clearly, what does that imply? That shows that implies that the sellers were exhausted, and you're watching now that divergence play out some today. So it doesn't really mean that the trend's reversing or anything. Doesn't mean we have any structure. It was just divergence. Divergence at support, below support, broke upward, and chances are, if divergence like that, you might even get a larger rally. I mean, it could be like dragon stuff. Like you have like a little dragon, and they broke the dragon, right? The head, the foot, the hump, the second foot. Yeah, sure. That's like predictable pattern. Predictable oscillators with the pattern. Okay, so if they rallied it, I mean, the trend's so bad, I don't know. You could Fibonacci just for a dragon and say maybe this divergence pump could take us between 1223 and 1361. If you were a dragon, bro, your first target is a 618 of a dragon. Fibonacci of remember the top of the structure, the dragon's head to the dragon's second foot on a lower low. 618, 1361 is how you'd be targeting eventually, but you just don't know if it's real. Okay, like this thing is in a long-term downtrend. It's never put in a higher high, like ever, never. So we're just identifying seller exhaustion manifesting into a little rally, and that's it. It's just the beginning, and no clue how it's going to perform because the trend's so bad. But yeah, I mean, I don't think you want to own it below 1050. All right. Hey, nice stuff. Mobileye, bro. Mobileye. Thanks again, AG. All right. Gummy wants Snap. Dude, can we look at Snapchat, man? Yeah, we'll look at Snap, bro. And they're really, well, still got this, yeah. It's wild. They're literally not letting it, what did you say? Can't take it lower than 730. Threw at soldiers on the weekly. The weekly. My God, man. Like it's such a well-established level that no one in the world would argue or could argue. Their bots, their algos, nothing. We all know $7.89 to $8 is literally everything. It's so real. And they are really trying here. Three-White Soldiers, maybe. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Three-White Soldiers that have recaptured the inflection zone that goes back 2022 and 2020. They recaptured it. So that's like bottom of the barrel. That is the lowest risk area of all time, you know, you could imagine. Is it dragon stuff here too? Good God, dude, look what they've done. I mean, like 1 anchor point, 2 anchor points. Fail. First form of buyers succeeding to break a supply line to close out the week. How about that, Gomi? How about that? That's a breakout without. It's confirmed with a weekly close. It's not just a supply line being broken. It's like some sort of dragon. I mean, like, yeah, easy to manage risk, right? You could have a stop probably at 750 and just let it ride. And you'd have some really nice targets here. I mean, I think you'd be targeting minimum 1130 to 1250, 1260. That's some real stuff, man. That happened. Wow. Yeah. This is one that I think we've been looking at that was pretty good. Right there. It was kind of in the estuary. Here, I'll ping everyone in the Patreon on this one. Just like, it's a breakout. A breakout and break back in.
Happy New Year,
Dang,
Mitch.
man.
Can we check $80, please?
Rigetti. Yeah, quantum computer. We'll look at it, dude. Thanks so much. Okay. See the who's next on the request? It would be dealer's choice. Oh, dude, I gotta do it, man. I gotta do it. It's like the only crypto in the world that makes sense to me, for the most part. If we're talking about Scott Carney, the harmonic framework, it's the only one I can really find that actually is kind of perfect, but I don't know why or how it is like this when there's nothing else that's like this in crypto. This is dealer's choice. This is Uniswap. And you know, if you're a patron already, this is the weekly on Uniswap, an extremely well established and defined shark pattern, bullish shark, and you have that very nice bullish divergence going on. And you have a very real type 1 reaction, type 2 return. You got a bullish engulfing candle. Buyers defended 520. 520 is the old candle high close from September of 2020. That right there, man. It's like stop loss below 520, let it ride to 867, and then $12+. It's a harmonic, man. Like, I don't know if it's going to play out. It's just there, and no other cryptos are really showing this. I can't believe it. I don't know why it's like this. It's so weird. That's the dealer's choice, man. That's it. I wish it was like more complex. The analysis is done. It's like, my God. Like 3-day bullish divergence. 3-day and weekly bullish divergence. Let's go, dude. Uniswap. Again, I don't even know if it's going to play out at all. We don't ever act like we know. We're just identifying the structures and patterns. That's it. What's up, Mug?
Tipped $33. Yo, Mitch.
Yo.
What do you think about dollar beta? I know it's not the greatest, but it's at an interesting zone. Kinda like Aaron better.
Isn't BitO like the Canadian Bitcoin ETF that's a scam virtually with extremely high fees and bad NAV and all that? Crazy premium scam. We can look the Mug. Thank you for the 33. Or just the 33, sorry. Not repeating, of course. All right, that's your dealer's choice. I did all I could. Okay, whatever. Next one would be Pingu coin. Oh boy, here we go. Pudgy penguins. On what exchange, dude? You didn't give me an exchange. You just said, look at Pingu. I guess Binance. Look at scam market. Well, I've been here. I got some lines here. Here it is. Chat. Andrew, still there, man? I mean, they took it down like where are we at? Low to high. 886, man. The magic area, right? You do have a bullish bat pattern, but it's kind of more like type 1. I don't know about the scam wick, dude. I don't think that really counts, but look, I'll just do this. There you have it. I mean, it's a literal 886 M shape. My God. Beginning to react. It was up about 15% yesterday. Again, it's a type 1 reaction. That's it. So it's like, is it actionable? Nah, not really for the swing trader, position trader. But here we are. Here we are, man. The there's definite bullish. There was bullish divergence for sure on the RSI. It was really pretty. I mean, I guess 2 level. It wasn't like specimen, but it was high. You were making slightly lower lows on the price. You were making higher levels on the oscillators. So, you might be you're beginning a type 1 reaction that could really rip faces off, and then eventually you would want it to subside, and you would want to see some sort of major type 2 return. That's for the framework, man. For the framework. So that's all I can give you on Pingu. What were you saying? Might run to 1.4 cents. 1.4 to 1.7. Yeah, for a type 1 reaction. Yeah, that's right. And has bullish divergence on the daily, 2-day, 3-day. Yeah, dude. I mean, like, Andrew, you're on it, man. Like, it's scam coin Pingu, but you certainly are identifying the massive M shape with a bullish divergence. So very good, man. Pingu, pudgy penguins, doing things. Never thought I'd say that, but here we are, 2026. Anything's possible, right? Okay, Lizzie. Next one. Canadian dollar to US dollar. Monthly. Yeah. Let's see here. Monthly. Not much to look at. But he said, Mr. Bald, he said, large bat from 2001. Maybe a little too deep. Walk up accumulation. Not testing the spring. We'll check it out. Boom. Here it is. Here it is, man. Happy Friday. Happy New Year. So he's like, is it a bat? Hard to say it's a bat.
Happy New Year, Mitch. By Dragon.
What's up, you said, man? Bed Bath & Beyond. The Dragon. I don't know. Just put it on the list. Thank you, dude. So, informal M shape. Too deep on the low to high here. That's, I mean, maybe Gartley. You're definitely at the 886. I don't know if it's accumulation, though. There's no signature of accumulation, really. It's range bound. I would say it's a fixed price on your Canadian dollar, man. Spring back test. It would have been nice if they tested 68 cents, but swing low here. That's the big point. I think like 70 cents is a big deal. See how the candle closed, and this is the kind of spring back test. Let's see here. So if you do it like this, if you say it's a little zone where you have the wick and the candle close, they are spring back testing. My God, bro. And look at the volume. I don't even understand. The volume's crazy. So even if it Wyckoff accumulation or not, right? That price action correlation to a key level, that's what you're looking for. Incredible identification. This is the monthly though. Monthly. Incredible identification of spring back test of a 1995 swing low. So how hard to trade it, right? Like, how do you trade a monthly currency? And it's probably a supply line. They're jumping across a creek. Dang, dude, they jumped across a creek. And not only did they back test the creek, they did it at the same time as they back tested the 1995 level. That's insane. With this volume, I don't know what that's psychotic. So if it's real, Mr. Bald, I guess you're just targeting the top of the range. And if not quite the tip top, then maybe like we could say it's kind of a little zone there, right? The peak 80 cents. That's 80 cents would be a target. Pretty wild, man. Canadian dollar. And again, if you don't know, like I try to make local support resistances orange, and I try to make like more historic support resistances yellow. So if you're looking for like color code, I try to color code it to make it a little bit more understandable. right? That's why I changed the colors there. That's why they're different. So, wow, man, wild. I wonder if it'll be like sometime in 2027 we'll have the resolution. Okay, it'll be a year from now or more because each candle represents 1 month, bro. Let's see what happens. Okay, that is freaking wild. I'll just document that. There was certainly divergence on the MACD histogram that played out, but wow. Yeah, we call that the jump across a creek. Jump across the creek. Very interesting, dude. Great contribution. I'm in the chat, Mr. Bald. If the Canadian dollar off this hits 80 to 82 cents, you might get hype king, dude. So just remember, you'll be a year and a half older when it happens, if it happens. But yeah, keep that in mind. Wonderful. Applying the teachings. So good, man. Okay, let's go to the next one, which is going to be SIDU. Okay. Sidus space. We're going to space. Okay. Well, terrible chart. I mean, that's, oh my God. Terrible chart. Long term, but I'll scale in here for you. Yeah, this is one of those where it's like there's not much anything to apply here, right? I mean, oops, lost my numbers there. There we go. Man, like all-time downtrend, right? Forever, like eternal downtrend, and then maybe this has something electronic technology. Maybe it's something to do with SpaceX or something. But yeah, it's been on a tear. Crazy volume. They're pumping it. Yeah, but like again, there was no rhyme or reason. It was a news-driven catalyst, and it was hitting an all-time low before the catalyst came out. So there wasn't evidence of accumulation, or there was no structure. That's what we do. We look for structure, predictable patterns. We look for them to correlate positively to key levels so we can strategize them optimally with a good reward to risk. And this one didn't have any of that, but it's cool. You know, we're looking at it because it was requested, and it was the highest close today since December 2024. Nice. I no idea. I mean, a resistance $5, $4.99. They ever break that, maybe $7. Straight line up. With there was no divergence. There was literally nothing technically that implied this move was coming. It was just news. So whatever it is. Thank you so much, dude. All right, I wish there was more I could do on ones like that, you know. Shark Anonymous, thank you, dude. Here's on thoughts on retrace. $2. We'll see what happens at $2. That's it, Shark Anonymous. All right. So it lose 50% of its value. Maybe they'll hold that. I'm starting to get hungry. Elf Beauty. Wait, what did Chase Brown say? Does he want Elf Beauty, or does he want Elf Scam Coin? Did anyone know? See anyone Elf for Chase? Oh man. How do you join the Patreon/Citadel? Two different ways. You can go to patreon.com/MitchRayTA. Like it's a link. It's pinned in the chat, or you can go into the Discord and you can join that way. But if you're gonna do it in the Discord, you want to do it on PC. You don't want to do it mobile because of Apple. But, let me know about that Elf Beauty. Okay, Chase. Thank you so much, dude. All right. Well, last time I've been here, I guess it's been a while. There was a bearish back test of a key level, and it's gotten rugged since then. And I don't really like it here. Not sure I really like it right here, man. There's no structure. I get it. You're looking for a shark or something.
Elf Beauty, please.
Thank you, Chase, man. I would wait for a gap fill at $55, $54.87. I would wait for that gap fill That's the 886 down there. This is not 886. This is too shallow. Maybe the 786, but no, man. I below $89, $97. I can't really get behind it unless it's going to go fill the gap at $54. So for me, it's a big no. They could take it a little higher, but I don't think there's anything you can do right now. This does not stick out as like great opportunity with technicals. It even if it went higher, like it's just, I don't think you have an edge on this asset right now. You might have a better opportunity at 55, 54.80. Okay. It's just they're digesting the breakaway gap.
The next big scam coin of 2026. Can we look at MNMD? Appreciate it as always.
Yotoga. Yeah, we'll look at that, man. Thanks for 20. What was that? Med mind something? Thank you, dude. Yeah, you would want, I'll like plot what I'm talking about. You just want this, okay? You if you can, like 886, or the gap fill takes you to 96. So I mean, like, you're not there yet. You're just not at the level that you want to be at for the deepest retrace. And there's kind of like some support there too. Support resistance back from 2022. Seems like they held on to $68 from 2023. But again, if you've already painted this potential M shape, the cool thing about it is the 1618 I think is closer. Yeah, the 1618 is around where that gap fill is too. So that would be pretty awesome to get down to that level. So maybe we'll get there. All right, that's something to look at. On Elf Beauty, sorry, it's not very beautiful right now via technicals. All right. BE, Bloom, Energy, Co-op, Oration. Looks like silverish kind of. Dude, doesn't it look like silver? What a day-to-day up 13.58%. My God. You're just up in La La Land, aren't you? Yeah, 87.12 looks like they recaptured and defended it. Supply line was broken, right? Dragon stuff. There you go. There you go, man. Look, there was divergence on the MACD histogram. And look, today, your first level of positive momentum since the divergence, I guess, matured. Wow, what a day, man. What a day for Bloom. Breakout. Gapped up, though. So if you wanted to target something like this, the same way we target any dragon, you go from the high point of the structure to the lowest point, which are these 2 feet here. 120. If you care about like equitable dragon target, it's always, the first one's always going to be the 618, the golden retrace. After that, probably the 886 at 140, 148 all-time highs. If you wanted a bonus all-time high price discovery breakout, it'd be the 1272, which is 168.49 if you see it up there. So that's your dragon for now, okay? Very nice. Crazy stuff, crazy structure at all-time highs, man. Around it anyway. Yeah, maybe silver does the same thing. Does that make sense? Are you still here? Paco, does it make sense? All right. Yeah, you probably want to stop loss. I mean, it sucks because it sucked today so much, but you might just want to stop below 87. Right, 87.12 right there. Swing high, swing low. Back test, you can see the back test. That's probably your cutoff, 83.50, I think. Because below that, I think there's a lot of downside. Like, it could already be over. You know, like the trend could be reversing. They could take it to the 618, or it could fail, hit a 50%, put in another lower high, and roll over. And then all of a sudden, you're like descending triangle behavior, distribution. This is not like a level at all to say there's value. There's zero value on Bloom Energy. It's just like you've been in this insanely good uptrend. And maybe the buyers are beginning to catch their footing here. And we're just identifying a structure up here. No value, premium, but the uptrend's been so good that maybe the structure we're identifying is not just reliable, but maybe has good performance. The buyer's in control and all that. So we'll see. Okay, let's see. The next one was RGTI. Getty. Still just kind of like, not bad. Wow, it's actually really interesting here. My God. My God, man. Like, you want to talk about divergence of all divergencies going on here. Up 6.55% today. This is like trade setup worthy. Yeah. Yeah. Trade setup worthy here. So the old all-time high from January of last year, 1 year ago, you got a structure that's been in development since mid-November. And it's clearly a slightly lower low double bottom. And what I love about this one now is like we had already identified that, but now you're getting more data. And it's like you're getting not just a lower low double bottom, but your second bottom, the confirmation low, is getting its own form of confirmation locally. 1 and then 2 here. That's the best. It's like confirmation within confirmation. And then the divergence is psychotic. Like low, lower low, slightly lower low, higher levels every single time. This might be a wonderful trade setup, man. And I know it's up 6.55% today. You might have to just eat some losses in the short term. Maybe tomorrow they pull it back and you get a little bit better entry, maybe. But if not, it's still pretty good because you're targeting, man. I mean, minimum 382. That's a 4.2 to 1 reward to risk. Just to be conservative, like that would be your golden zone retrace. And then you could do a 618 and then probably an 886 after that. Insane, man. What are they freaking doing? Now, you could be getting stumped out fast too. There's no reason why you would ever want to own this asset below 21 bucks, 20 bucks. No reason. I would say simple setup here. Again, it's a confirmation low, a slightly lower low double bottom with bullish divergence on the oscillators at a key level from history. That's kind of like a good argument. Okay, good argument. Does that make any sense? 2 golden zone targets and then a deep 886 target at that point, and then you're out. You're probably out at that point. Okay. Wow, I'm posting that. Holy crap. My God, man. So we got ourselves technical indicators. We got ourselves chart pattern. And long term, I think trend analysis, but I'm not going to post that. It's just technical indicators, the back test, the old all-time high, and times lower low double bottoms tend to have really good performance if they are reliable. So if this one starts playing out, you know that you're probably going to get target 2 and 3. So that's the beauty of it. Wow, incredible, dude. Good request. I know we've been monitoring this one, but man, if it's not matured into a potential dream setup now, wow. Don't act like we know what's coming next.
Happy New Year. This will be the year I jump the turnstile. Can we take a look at IQ it's holding?
What's up, Stray, man? Thanks for 20, dude. Yeah, we'll look at IQ. For sure. No problem, man. All right, hype in the chat for RGTI. Set up your alerts. Hear the beep. We're going places. We're doing things. Actually, pretty amazing. Dang, man. 90K on Bitcoin. $9,000. BitO for Mug, which again is like a Bitcoin kind of, Bitcoin ETF, but garbage. Like I don't know. I guess if you're Canadian and that's all you can buy, just find a way to buy Bitcoin spot. Put it in cold storage. Put it in your friggin' vault, man. Not your gun safe because you don't have guns, but yep. Also. No point in looking at this, man. You look at Bitcoin, that's about it. Just really. Down here, there's not much, you know. What was it you were saying, though, about it's not the greatest, but it's an interesting zone, kind of like IREN better. Again, I think this is supposed to track Bitcoin. Someone back me up on that or refute it. cool. Let me know. Interesting zone, I guess. I mean, 1161 to 1209 is probably your real zone. Like that, right? It's like swing low, swing lows, swing low, like 2023. Yeah, I guess you are an interesting zone, aren't you? Yeah. But I don't like the MACD though. Really, I mean, you don't have the divergence on either oscillator really looking good, but yeah, you certainly could bounce here. If I'm not looking at this like it's Bitcoin, you'd probably be targeting, not even kidding, you'd probably be targeting for 15 bucks eventually. Kind of wild. Yep. Low, slightly lower low. Hey man, it could be like a little wedge or something. No breakout. Again, I'm trying to be like open heart and open mind. I'm not sure how we anchor here. It would be like that. Maybe. Okay. That's all I got for you. Yeah, you're right.
NKE, please, thank you.
What's up, you said? Yeah, dude, Nike. Yeah, that had been getting completely wrecked. Well, look, dude. Okay. That's all I got on BitO, man. Thank you, dude. BitO. Hope you're having a good Friday evening. Hope you had some caviar and some champagne. Someone wants a Bed Bath & Beyond Dragon. Close, but this is what I want, man. We've been here kind of recently, okay? It's not about like what's coming next or what's about to happen or anything like that. It's literally about what we would want. And what we would want hasn't quite done what we want yet, okay?
Pinterest. Thanks for doing what you do. Changing futures of many for the better.
What's up, yes sir? Thanks to 20, dude. Well, thank you all for watching. I mean, like, you know, give me a chance, and I like, you know, it's like you come in, you give me a chance, and you got to give it time, right? Then you see, like, dang man, it's not like I'm not teaching end all be all stuff. I'm teaching you a formula that marginally increases your chance of success monitoring or navigating these financial markets, right? That's it, via technicals. And there's a huge sliver of finance. We're just this little bitty sliver of technicals. There's all these other aspects where people get their MBAs, they get their doctorate, their PhDs, and economics, all that. We're just doing the technical side. They don't teach it in college. So anyway, so Bed Bath & Beyond, he's talking about, is it a dragon? I'm not sure about that, man. I guess divergence is beginning to develop. It was up 8% today, up another percent after hours. I think a lot of small caps just busted out today. But like, I don't think it changes much. I think you would really, it's a shark. It's a potential shark. It's a perfect one. They can take it out the 886, 471. What is 471? 471 is a swing low back from 2002. And another one. Whatever. Oops. Right. 499, 471. Like that's like what you want. You want an M shape to complete, and it just happens to be completing at an absolutely real historical level. It's too shallow right now. So I would prefer, like, and they could think about what they do, man. Like, they could just keep this going. Oh my God, it's like a short squeeze on Bed Bath & Beyond. They hit the 200 and they come back down and say, oh my God, that is what a dream would be. That's a dream right there on Bed Bath & Beyond. Okay, so I don't know if it never happens, it doesn't, but that's what we're looking for. Okay, nothing changes. So I don't think it's a dragon. I would wait for the shock, man. Thank you, dude. Alert set up. Everyone have the alert set up around $5, a little lower. Then we're cooking. All right. UZ. Thank you, dude. Okay, let's see. Next one was MNMD. Mind Medicine. Mind Med. That's what it was. Pretty spectacular so far. Yep. Been a while since I've been here, though. Long time, actually. Trend reversed, all that. Problem with it is it's, 1364 now. It's been such a good run. I forgot this existed for a while, but resistance at 1545. It's a big one. So You're soon approaching a resistance. Okay. So when that's the case, that means your upside might be limited, or there may be no upside potential if you're hitting resistance or you're nearing it. So there's a little bit more upside, and then people might take profit of this nice run it's been on. So yeah, kind of like all we could do probably here is plot like a channel. Nice demand lines. Beautiful, right? There's your uptrend conceptualized. Yeah, I mean 1545 is probably what you're targeting here. Yeah, nice trend going on since April last year. There you have it, man. Maybe you could extend it and say, all right, for new data, we adjust, and then, you know, heartline respect. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, you break the heartline, you know, you're looking at 1545 up to 1680 for this channel here, okay? So where if you're the heartline, you got fair market value. But remember, at the heartline, it's been so well respected, anchored like this, that they're testing, failing, and then testing again today. So to break that might be big. That's where you, if you can see the price of MNMD break this heart line, that's where you get a quick run to 1545 to 1680, okay? To get the overbought threshold of this uptrend you're in right now. Okay, Mind Medicine. Yato Gamut the second. Sorry, did I say that right? Sorry. Stray wants IQ. It's holding? Is it really? It's holding. Remember where you're getting two birds stoned at once or something? We were saying like people were requesting. It's like, man, we could just get that 186, the gap fill and the support holding at the same time, and then the dragon, and then guess what? It's the dragon breakout today, kind of like the supply line of the dragon that we were thinking about it. It's like, man, this would be it. 186, they better defend it or it's over. And they did defend it. The Chinese were watching the stream. And you've rallied, but so it's like bittersweet here because you've broken the supply line of this dragon structure, but 204 and the 200-day simple moving average, they were not broken. They tested and were unable to breach that today. So we'll continue. You want to continue monitoring that, but very close to something really good.
What's your view on Mu? With strong data center RAM demand and delayed PC refresh supply, shortages will persist all the way until mid-2028. I also expect AUR to rise due to HBM, with prices up approximately 15% QOQ, 20% in November to December.
Well, Vulcan, we'll look, bro. Okay. Thank you so much for the 2137. Certainly. We will look. Thank you. Show with just IQ. That's all I can tell you. Like, I can't believe they held it, right? I mean, you can because it's such a real level. All the gaps filled. So it's like there's no more excuses. Whether you call it a dragon, a wedge, a falling wedge pattern, you know, you take out the top part and you're just like, okay, something like this. Either way, it would be like if it was the bottom, like it's the highest low of the look. What is this? If it's real, you're identifying the highest low since they began their accumulation in June. The lowest low in April, the higher low, the slightly higher low, the higher high. Now, the highest low, maybe, if it's real. If you can stay above this given enough time, man, it could be the year of the IQ, or you be targeting $5+, man. You just would be if it's actually playing out like this. Okay, just pay attention. The trend is kind of your friend here, and they filled the gap and they retested that swing. This is not a joke, man. These are the Chinese. They're very, very real about this. They back tested that March 2022 low perfectly at the same time of filling that gap, and that's why we're talking about it. And here we are. So this could be it, man. It could be the year of the IQ. Not Minnesota, but maybe on this chart. Okay. Good God, man. Crazy. They did what we wanted. Stray. They did it, man. Okay. Nike been catching a few bids, but got to be a no dog from me right now. We're getting there, making progress. Making progress, but we really do want a little bit lower. We want to get as close to $50, $51 as possible. Because we have ourselves a beautiful bullish butterfly that hit a 1618. That 1618 was confluent with a swing low, a support zone back from 2015 all the way to 2017. So a type 1 reaction has concluded at the 886 high to low. The lowest high of the downtrend, the multi-year downtrend, occurred in July, August. Lower highs, lower lows on the way down. It gapped down pretty bad on earnings, and it's just kind of been spiking. But you're still in a nasty downtrend. You're below the 200 moving average. They've been rejecting it for so long. You would probably want to see lower. You, again, get as close to $50, $51 as possible, and then wait for some sort of, well, you would really want, they fill the gap. Oh my God. And then they roll it over, and then you just get something like, oh, maybe they even do this, and then this, and then this. That is what you would want, because then you would have crazy divergence, most likely on the oscillators. Then you'd have what? A major type 1 reaction, a type 2 return with that overshoot. Okay, the sellers really break it, but they can't do anything. And then we are able to witness that the buyers recapture the key level, and then they reconfirm it as support once, maybe twice. And that is where the most optimum pristine long could possibly be on Nike. Okay, that's it. Like for now, I can't sign off, but if all that happens, I'd be down, man. I'd be so down on Nike right there. If I was a composite operator, I would do that. Okay, let them know. Okay, I don't know if it makes sense, man, but it does to me. Use that. Thanks, dude. A lot of requests today. Pinterest. We got an M shape sorts. We had a nice channel, and then it was kind of like wrecked. So been live now almost 2 hours, bro. This is like an hour-long requests. Ooh, starving, man, starving. Okay, old Pinterest, man. Remember that time, Pinterest? The bubble popped. God, there. If you didn't have a bubble in 2021, you were never has been, never will be. Dude, everything did that, man. On every chart in the world, don't matter what crypto, what commodity, what equity, what luxury item, what NFT, they all did that, right? So here we are in the aftermath. Same price was trading at 2019, garbage. But yeah, I mean, just this is it. This is the attempt from buyers to ever recapture the highs. Not very good attempt, man. And it's been years. We're talking 3.5 years. They've been trying to maybe rival 62, and they've just been failing. Okay, lost the channel. Now it's just been a bunch of lower highs coming in. Ugh, God. So it's like, so this is each time. This is market participants, Pinterest market participants, trying to get this thing back up, and they're failing, and they're failing with the highest high, then the sell-off, then a lower high in the previous high, then a lower low in the previous low, and then a lower high in the previous high. And here we are down here, and it does look like, I know why you requested it, because there's an M shape. There's certainly a bullish bat pattern here, absolutely. But man, the trend wise sucks. It's like not a good trend, really. But yeah, what a beautiful M shape. My God, they overshot a little bit, but that's pretty perfect, man. That's amazing. Amazing M shape here. Type 1 reaction territory. So it's not, you don't really have that good bullish divergence yet. You don't have a type 2 return. You don't have a form of confirmation. Like if this was going to play out, what would happen is that you'd probably react here. It's starting to react a little. If it did that, it'd probably hit the 200, and then the reaction would start concluding, and then you come back down for a type 2 return, maybe. And then if you started showing some favorable oscillators like the divergence, some good stuff down here, then maybe it might be an actionable trade on Pinterest. But for now, it's kind of a little too early. But I do like the M shape. The M shape's good, but I don't really like how it crashed and then the uptrend's over. It's like you're on the other side of the uptrend, or it's like lower highs. But yeah, I get it. All these lows now are higher than these lows, but time will tell, because they could just they keep putting in lower highs and even more lower lows now. So it's kind of been technically downtrending in the intermediate for a year and a quarter now or so. So because you've only been making lower highs, lower lows definitively, no more higher highs, higher lows. So that's something that's kind of crappy about it. So thank you, dude. Pinterest, good service, man. Pinterest, no, not Pinterest. Pinterest, I don't care. Pinterest like 2000, long time ago. I think Etsy. Etsy's cool because of the customization. Like you can get anything you have a passion for. A bunch of individual artists make awesome stuff on it. I love that. But yeah, Pinterest is like, what is that even anymore? Okay, Micron. Finally getting to the end of the line, man, on these requests. It's been nonstop, dude. Put me to work, which I appreciate, working. My God, this is the new NVIDIA. Wow. Micron up over 10.5%, up another 1.3% after hours. They're no longer selling to us plebs, right? What do I think about all this, man? I mean, obviously this is beyond technical analysis, right? With the question, strong data center, RAM demand, delayed PC refresh supply, shortages will persist all the way to mid 2028. What do I think about it? Look at the chart, man. The chart, the free market's showing you $400, $350, then $400. That's it. That's all you can do on something like this. It's runaway freight train. Looks like the stock of the year, doesn't it? Ain't stomping this thing. Wow. High to low, Micron. You want a 2618, 370. A local 2618, 370, and then 437 after that. I just go 350, 400 psychological levels. That's it, man. Squeezing hard. Vulcan, thanks, dude. AUR, Aurora Innovation. Have I been here? I have been here. Pretty garbage. Yeah, it's been playing out bad. Yeah, like the trend reversed, right? Remember, like they peak it out, the highest high, and you sell off lower lows, and then the lower highs come in, like we just looked at on that one asset, I think Pinterest, where it's like, look, they tried to rival the highs and they couldn't come close, and then all of a sudden, no longer were you making higher highs. They were confirming lower highs, and then slightly lower lows, losing supports, and then even lower highs, right? That's the psychology. There's less than before, the 200 resistance. Another lower high, and like marking down now. So it's downtrending for sure. Then you got a lot lower to go technically. Now, of course, it could rally on fundamentals and news and stuff like that for sure. But in my opinion, man, like looking at it technically, it's just downtrending right now. Like I hope they can hold this level. Like, I mean, look, you got a low from 2022, a high for 2023. They're trying to hang on to it. So maybe you look out. It's a little zone there. Right there. That swing low. Maybe they hang on, but again, I don't know if it's enough. Like, I don't think there is no divergence, but we'll see. Maybe just give me some more higher highs, higher lows or something, and then we'll talk. But yeah, it'd be nicer to go to like 280 for an 886 from the previous low to high. But yeah, I mean, I guess if you're above 376, you might be okay, man. Right? If your fundamental analysis is saying, hey, they might do well. Thank you, Vulcan, man. Okay, chat. Okay. We made it. Bitcoin over 90K. Still below the inflection zone, but hey, all it takes is one green candle. We're going places. So, hey, highest relative strength reading on Bitcoin's daily. Good God. Can you believe it? Since October 9th since D-Day. We're sitting at 54 today. Been many months since then. I hope it continues, man. I hope we can break 91K. Then all of a sudden, Solana and Ethereum, XRP, all at these support levels they lost. The buyers recaptured them yesterday. Let's see if there's anything to that. It could be a false bearish breakdown, whatever, and they go on these rallies that, you know, could take you 20% higher, and you're still going to be in an intermediate downtrend technically, but there's upside because it's all about the levels, right? You break one level, you recapture it. Who's to say you can't run to the next level?
AVP.
So yes, sir. Yeah, we'll look at it. This is the one that had it. It had the crazy setup. You know, it ran immediately up to the next resistance, but it's been correcting, pulling back since then. That tends to happen. All you can do is just hope that maybe they the selling subsides and they put in hidden bullish divergence and it runs again. That's all you can hope for. But the whole framework's there. You understand this thing could go all the way down. I mean, it could come down here. It could go lower. It could come down to 1730. But eventually, you want to see it, just another higher low get put in, and it's just that is symbolizing more than before, you know, accumulation continuing. So I don't know how long the correction can last. You just know it's a good type 2 return of a bullish Gartley. With nothing really there right now that implies it's the correction's over. But today was good. It was up 3.38%. They're defending the 200-day simple moving average, which is good.
Please.
So with that being said, I mean, it's still active, it's still fine, and you're just waiting for a higher low to get painted with confirmation, and you just don't know when it's going to be. So you just got to go with the structure here. It's a massive structure. Schrödinger. Well, we're still waiting on something to happen here, right? We're waiting on. Bro, there's a lot of requests, man. A lot of requests.
Gomi tipped $25. Hey Mitch, can we take a look at GME? August 5th low to March 28th complete Bartley, and we just had confirmation low with MACD divergence. They grabbed liquidity from October 2024. Just wanted to know your thought. Thank you. Sorry for the late request.
Oh, you're good, man. You're good, dude. We will look at GameStop, which I thought started looking not great, but maybe they're squeezing it, dude. Meme stock, literal meme stock. We'll look. Maybe new data came in and it's okay now. So Schrödinger, I just don't think you had enough there. And I was like thinking maybe like you could do something like this, and then I'd be like, it might be more actionable. But bro, it's tough, man. It's a heart rate monitor. It doesn't do much. Package software. Waiting for a more local structure. How would we jump across a creek? I would still want all this to happen. You know, that's your supply line. I would want another 1630 test. I know someone requested this. Maybe it was you, and nothing's really changed since then. So I don't know if it's quite actionable. I mean, I guess you could dollar cost average if you believe in the stock, if you like the fundamentals, but I don't really see too much structurally there for like an edge that implies, oh, we have imminent upside if that structure plays out and resolves bullishly. I don't think you're there, but yes, they did formally backtest 1630. You have this little level here, 1688, this little zone there. I think you would just want something like that if you could get it to give yourself more of an edge. Okay. Not enough data to change quite yet. I have concerns about GameStop right now about okay, think about, we had the short squeeze in 2024, the summertime, right? It was crazy. Oh my God. And then a big sell up in the M shape. And that was really cool to see it rally like that. And then, oh man, we might be a type 2 returning here. And then all of that type 2 return manifested into was a substantially lower high than previous high, where they couldn't even fill the gap that's still open from 28.66. And they rolled it over, and then they put in a lower low than the previous low. And now a lower high. in December, then your previous high, then your previous high, then your previous high, then your previous high. And now down below a key 2156 level. But yeah, I get it. 1941 might be okay too. So for me, it's like, it's not trending well. It's not really doing anything that is good. You can't say, oh, we're in a very well-established uptrend on GameStop. God, no, you're in a no trend right now, like no trending. And if anything, like you got some bad characteristics of this no trend where, again, you're just identifying lower highs and failures to fill gaps and below the 200 moving average. The 200 moving average it's like down sloping now, and now you're like below other inflection zones that are kind of important. I mean, it's really hard to like get excited about this. Like, I get it though, you know, like, hey, above $20, maybe you're okay. Maybe you're okay, man. There's probably just better assets to own than this one. I think ones we've seen even on the stream, I would rather own. But hey, man, if you want the meme magic, nothing wrong. They do is $20. You could own 2 shares, 5 shares, and never worry about it the rest of your life. You just have it for the memes. And then you have this beautiful, boisterous portfolio that is well managed. And then you look at the very bottom of your portfolio. Oh, there's 5 shares of GME. And in the notes, you say, for the memes. Whatever. Who cares if it goes to $5, $7, $100, 5 shares for memes. Okay. Oh my God, dude, I did it. I did it. And you thought you could defeat me, chat. You could never defeat me. That was like 50 requests. I got them all. All right, go back to Bitcoin. Here it is, man. That was the highest daily candle close we got since mid-December. Technically broken out with a downtrend, but we got a little bit more work to do to break the inflection zone. If you want fireworks, positive, amazing fireworks, you got to break 92.8, 93K. You do that, altcoins could have 15% rallies. So I remember the one that I like, the crypto of all cryptos, because of the framework, would be Uniswap. This is a dealer's choice earlier. I don't even care about the daily as much. I care about the weekly on this, and it's unbelievable. It's like, I can't believe this. I can't believe it looks like this. It's like, why? Why does Uniswap look like it could go to $13 if you give me like 6 months? Why? And why does nothing else have this same setup? Remember the old set? This was a legendary. We have it. This was an extremely godlike trade setup we posted. And now it's like, oh, there's a very similar setup ongoing right now. And here are the same levels. And it's so much, I mean, a couple years later. Wow. I can't explain it. We don't have to. It's just sitting there. Actionable. Low risk, high reward structure. Wow. Someone call Scott Carney, you know, let him know. Weird stuff. Feels weird, man. Whew. All right, chat. Well, it has been a wonderful first stream of the year. Y'all put me to work. Hopefully, you're satisfied with the work put in today. We have an over 2-hour live stream. Be sure to join the Patreon, patreon.com/MitchRayTA if you want trade setups, education, access to the premium Discord chat, access to more me and my charts, all that. Above all, supporting a content creator who never sold out, never accepted sponsorships, never took money from an entity to promote to you. No affiliate marketing links, ever. No commercials, no ads on YouTube, nothing. Just you and me. So that being said, thanks for everything. All the likes, love, support, contributions today. Means the world. And I'll just be back. So, until next time, respect, T, A.